Okay. Why is it that donut thing comes up on live? Now you got me hungry for donuts now. Now I'm hungry for donuts. Why? I went to look up the screen on live and it showed up me eating donuts. And I'm like, oh, really? Is that necessary? All right, so while I'm on here with you guys, hello, this is Matrixlord212. I'm about to do another Penguin flight shortly. I'm just looking over PSN profiles and trying to make a new list, and you guys witnessing me make a new list for the next batch of platinums. What Twisted game am I missing? Twisted. You always want to make sure that you don't miss, because these games are released on different regions. So, like, always check, too, to make sure you don't buying it for no reason. Alright, so I got the EU PS5, Japan PS5, PS4 Japan, PS5 North America, PS5, PS4 North America. Wait a minute. Oh, I hate that. So I'm missing... Oh, really? Am I missing the PS4 version for... Oh, that's not... Oh, shit. Twisted. I gotta buy that EU PS4. And they're separate. You can't buy them together. So you gotta buy them separately. So that's Twist It. So I gotta buy 3 Twist It games. Why do they do that? So I only got 4 versions of this. Uh-oh, why am I losing a stream? Don't lose the stream. Alright, let's play. Watch me play. Alright. I could finish this list later. Alright, hello everybody. Alright, so here we go. Do the dash, there's a second level, very easy. Dash, 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 dash 3 in the can. So you trophy hunters out there, you new guys, that's 4. I highly recommend this game. Okay. Oop, and I died, which ruined the whole thing. Well, actually, no, you're supposed to die. That's another trophy. Yes, so I didn't ruin anything. You're supposed to die by every means necessary. So if there's a spike here, you got to die by that. You got to die by falling. You got to die by the balls. Okay. And you got to get a checkpoint. I think that's another trophy, right? Okay. I can't see. Why is it that the damn... I can't see. I hate that the camera's in the way all the time. Okay. Very easy game. It's, you know, maybe one tricky thing. So there's 8 versions of this, by the way, so you want to pick all those up. It's 8 platinums for you if you have all the regions, you know. So again, if you're a trophy hunter watching me for the first time and you're like, I don't have any platinums, Matrix Lord, and you have a little money, I'd be like, all right, well, first sign up. If you're a new trophy hunter and you want to be serious about this, then you gotta sign up to get different accounts for Japan. You know, it's Europe, it's North America, Europe, Asia, and Japan. So there's definitely YouTube videos that you can watch that will teach you how to open up an account, so that way you could buy the games on different regions. Now, the only thing, though, is keep in mind that you gotta start studying, like, you'll get to it eventually, but you gotta start understanding a little bit of Japan or stuff of Europe or Asia, because sometimes it's in another language. But once you figure out the symbols for Japan, you'll know, how to navigate the PlayStation Store and stuff like that. So, at first, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but, So I always wanted to open up another account, because when I first started out, I'm like, I'm going to do that eventually, because that's the only way you could really compete is if you basically have because all these top trophy hunters, they're getting these games in every region, right? So the only regions you have are North America, Europe, Asia, and Japan. So what forced me, because I was lazy, what forced me to open up an account is my friend, Overhyped Gamer. I would talk to him. I won the contest, and it was for a European thing. And I'm like, I don't have an account. He's like, oh, just open one. And he sent me the videos how to do it. And I was so excited. It was like one of those bunny games. And I'm like, this was the beginning. Like, he started it, like he pushed me to, because else I wouldn't have been able to play that game, Like, it was like, I wouldn't have been able to, not that I wouldn't be able to play the game, I wouldn't have been able to, actually I had to put the code in that account to get the game downloaded, and I had to create an account to get the game. So I'm eternally grateful for Overhyped Gamer for pushing me to create new accounts. Always be grateful, because it altered my timeline for the better. I probably would have did it, but who knows if I was, when you say you're going to do, who knows if I was actually going to be serious about it, So, he's a good guy, that guy, Overhyped Gamer. But the thing is, too, you got to play everything, but you also got to do AAAs once in a while. So you could, show, hey, I'm not a fluke game hunter, a trophy hunter. I'm getting the hard shit, And I'm not a fluke. We got Bloodborne in there, we got Spider-Man in there, we got the Spyros in there, So, that's the point. So, I love all kinds of games, but I really love when I do the AAAs. And now that I'm creating a big enough lead, I'm going to be able to spend time to do the AAA games. Because I don't have to worry about hot nicks taking my spot, because I'm creating a big enough lead. Which is good. I get done. I want to get Pac-Man Championship Edition done. I want to get Crash 4, Crash Nitro, Team Racing, whatever. I want to get that done. I want to get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite done. I want to get some Mortal Kombat Platinums. I want to get, I had Tekken 8, but I want to get Tekken 7 Platinum. I can't see. Oh. Do. Demon Souls I want to do. I can't see. I can't see. Ay. Oh my God. Shit. I am glad that Doctor Who is on. 2 more episodes left. Oh, I gotta die by the ball. That's another trophy. Yeah. Okay. There's stupid trophies now. There's you gotta do, I think, the first so many levels over for some reason. I think. I don't know why. I don't know why these developers create certain trophies. Like, do you need to make a trophy ever for dying? No. I don't know why they do that. I don't like that kind of trophy. There's one time I was playing the game so good I didn't die at all. And then I couldn't get the platinum. And I'm like, why not? What did I do wrong? And it's like, oh, you have to actually die. Well, how stupid is that? Right? How dumb is that? That, you know, you got to get a trophy for dying. That's stupid. So now this other trophy, you gotta do the level without touching the checkpoint. So this is kind of tricky. So I kind of did that. And you can't die either. So now I got to reset it. Go back to the menu. I got to do this, I think 3 more times because I did the other level without the checkpoint. I really got to play Resident Evil 7. Joe wants me to play it, and I want to play it for him. I want to show him I could do it because I've always been a Resident Evil guy, but I never really went for the platinums. So Joe was so good in Resident Evil. Why did I do that? But I want to show him I could do it on the Discord or on the live stream. My son Joe. That would be cool to get, is a friggin' Resident Evil Platinum. Is that the Platinum for this? Yes. So this is 9012. Scratch that off the list, I guess. I probably got to buy 4 more versions of this game. Probably the Asia and Japan one. So, okay, so what did I say? So I like to get at least, before I go to bed, which I'm not going to bed now, but 13. After I do, let's say, a 9,000 or an 9,000, or like, I like to get 13 trophies. or more, or it could be 25 because I want to do 25, 50, 75, or 100. Hey, what's up, Kay? So at least, like, to me, the 13 is a little more cushion halfway point. So, like, you would have to do 13, like 8 times, I guess, or whatever. But, all right, so this is 9,012. So let's just chill in here. I'll talk to you guys. Got K Rain in the house, yo. What's up, K? It's my boy in the house, yo. All right, so I need a... Yo, K Rain. I need a Europe card and an Asia card. What's up, bro? Wait a minute. I'm talking about, like, buying. Didn't I just run out of money? Hello? I don't think I can buy anything now. I think I went to the well. I can't get an Asia. I can't get a Europe or an Asia card. Or Japan card. All right, well. See, that's the case, then it's going to be whatever new games are in the home screen now, which is Gemstones, there's 2 of those, 2 Tanks, 2 Mystic Pathways, Theme Park. And then I got tons of games in the backlog. But I'm going to write it down to buy the Asia Penguin Flight, Asia, and Japan. So I know, maybe I'll have my YouTube check or something tomorrow. We'll see. Or maybe I'll get a donation. Who knows? I did make a... You're probably going to be like, oh no, but I did make a selfish purchase. So I did take money out of my gaming budget that I had created, and I did buy for my villain wall. When I do my podcast, you could see my Spider-Man villain wall in the back. I was in GameStop and they had the Green Goblin. And I'm like, oh, I've been looking for this guy for so long. So I bought it. It was like $28 and change, which would have been, like a $25 card, PlayStation card, or it would have been like, $28 and change worth of games in North America, I guess. So I did do a selfish purchase, but we're entitled once in a while, I did add Green Goblin to my Spider-Man villain wall. So, but the funny thing was when I went to GameStop, the GameStop by my house never gets them. So once in a while I go to the mall, and the mall GameStop had all the villains I wanted. So now they have the Chameleon, which I need for my set, and the female Electro. I already have Electro on my wall. So I'm probably going to do a video tomorrow showing off the villains on my wall, because I'm a huge Spider-Man nut. So, I like that. So, and that's, what, now I know why when I went to the mall, I didn't go to Primark. See, I have a routine. Whenever I go to the mall, I always go to Primark. The reason, well, actually, there was a couple of reasons why I didn't go to Primark. One, I went to the mall, and there's always a problem with the damn escalators. They're always broken down. So how is it that you're repairing just about every escalator there is, and now I gotta walk up one, or I gotta, like, I did update it. Yeah. No, I added the Green Goblin to it. So, like I said, I made a selfish purchase taken from the game budget, and it was $28 and change. My God. I mean, when I used to get action figures, they were like $4.99 back in the day. $28 and change in GameStop. My God. And I bought a bag, too, because I don't want to carry it. So I bought a bag for $1. No, I actually just said it. I was gonna. That's my son Joe, by the way. Say hi, K Rain, to my son Joe. I actually just said I was gonna. Sharon's sleeping now, but I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I'm gonna show the Spider-Man wall. Yeah. So I might have to tweak it a little bit because I even got Hallows Eve, which is a brand new villain, and I gotta get the Kane figure, which I haven't seen that. So I was just telling K Rain that I gotta play Resident Evil 7. You gotta watch me play. You see, Uncle Mike commented on the YouTube channel about the slice of pizza. Your godfather. He's like, "What's the what?" Because everybody's worried about me eating too much or whatever pizza and stuff. So, yeah, I was like, "It's one slice." I saved the other slice for Sharon. One slice, man. Come on, I just got the 9,000th platinum. I'm entitled. And I don't do that. I used to get pizza every day. Now it's every frigging one. I said if I'm lucky, it'll be once a week. But sometimes it's a couple weeks before No, I know. He's your godfather. He's worried about me. My best friend from freaking kindergarten. For crying out loud. Jesus. So that slice was a mighty slice. That was a mighty slice of pizza. Yeah, so the villain wall, Green Goblin finally, and then they also they're like, oh, do you want the No Way Home Electro? And I'm like, shit, but it's like in a box. I can't hang that. I'd like to have them where you can hang them, So, when I went to Newberry Comics, God, they had some new Godzilla stuff that I didn't have. I got jealous because Godzilla is another big thing, part of my life. You guys didn't know if you didn't know. So they had Biollante, and I think last time they had, what did they have? The Smog Monster, right, Joe? Hedorah. Oh, I'm like a little kid still. I'm like, I'm wanting it, and I'll look at it, and then I'll go. Well, probably the pattern of behavior is I'll probably go there a couple times just to stare at it. But yeah, I want to get those eventually. So anyway, the Primark story. So I always get hoodies in Primark, right? I like hoodies in general everywhere, but I love the Primark hoodies, but I don't like the way they sew the pockets because my holes come flying out of my pocket. I almost lost my headphones. They don't know how to make pockets in Primark. But anyway, I didn't go because the escalators were blocked off. Yes, I did too. In the Newberry Comics, -1 Godzilla. I was jealous. I wanted it. Heck, they got the GameStop Godzilla backpack. Thing's this big. I want that too. And then they got Joe. You remember you got me this, right? The little guy. There's a big one of this. Big. I want to hug it. My JoJo, it got me by my spine on the side. So I had fun going to the mall. I did. But the good news was, holy crap, Barnes & Noble going to take a chance, and they're going to carry that Barnes & Noble in Staten Island. See, it's one thing, the flagship is different in Manhattan, but to get a Barnes & Noble that's not a flagship to like in Staten Island to carry this like pulling teeth, but they're gonna carry two of my books they've never carried, Winds of Change, which is 2011, and Paradise's Life anniversary just passed on May 19th. So someone put it in there in the computer that they gave the green light for all the Barnes & Nobles to order them to sell in the store. So I'm gonna try to do a book signing after My God, all these years? How long has it been? I don't even remember. Joe, do you remember? We lived with Uncle Mike, right? The last time I did a book signing? Oh, God, that was like, was that 2013? Was that like, was it? 2013, 23. That was 12 years ago? Oh my God. That's 12 years ago. I have no idea how this happened, but because it's in the book industry, it is so rare that a book company will allow an old book to. It is goddamn very rare. I am so goddamn lucky right now because that's the thing. All I need is a chance. And back in the day, I'd go around. Actually, after Hurricane Sandy, I was like, before I moved on to the medical field, I was going around networking, trying to get people to carry the books. And then I put myself in the hospital because I was carrying these hardcover books throughout the streets of Manhattan. And then I thought I was having a heart attack, but no, I pulled the muscles in my chest and my back and everything. And that was the end of the lifting for a while. And then I couldn't carry my huge marketing materials on my books and on my back. I was carrying it, so. But it was always an effort to go to each store in Manhattan and different stores in different states. And even when I picked up the kids in Jersey, going to Barnes & Noble trying to get them to carry it or whatever. But now that I have an opening, that's the key, because if I can get a book signing set up and I can get it to sell, the algorithm in the computer will be like, oh, this is doing well, or this is whatever. And then it will be like a flow. Then it'll be like, all right, Manhattan. And then I could do book signings in the city and I could do all this stuff. Actually, no, there was going to be a book signing in Fifth Avenue in the city and Union Square. I got them to carry Twists of Hate the day it was launched. And what happened was we went into lockdown the next day, and then no one was allowed to go inside bookstores. It was like for a while. And then, of course, people couldn't see it online because they would have to see it in the store. So I didn't pay $500 a month for Amazon to cover it on the main page or anybody else. So nobody knew it existed. So I lost thousands of dollars on that. And it's a good book, too. And I remember trying to get Barnes & Noble to give me another chance with it and say, look, it's not fair. You guys are in lockdown. Could you try to carry the book again? We'll do book signs. They're like, no. They said, if you get a new book, we might do it as a favor, and then, but we won't do it unless you have something new to promote. But because I lost all that money, I'm like, yeah. That was the first time I ever lost money with a book. Usually I would put all the money that I made back into the next book project. And I was kind of like scared to do it again. And I was also at the same time like disgruntled about it, because I worked so hard in that book for years. And then it would, I had it in my head like to honor my father, to release it on March 10th, because that was my father's favorite number, is 310. So I wanted to release it on 310 to honor him. And then fucking next day, lockdown. And I'm like, what the fuck is a lockdown? And I'm like, shit. I worked so hard on that. In fact, I had to pay them $500 to work on the weekend. $500 more to get the cover right. What was it, like double time and a half for them? That was ridiculous. I was doing a thing on YouTube about, like, with Scott, and I was showing all the steps of making the book, and I was saying how they were getting it wrong. I was getting mad. They were getting the cover wrong. And that I would never release the book if I wasn't happy with the cover. I've had to fire people in the past that were on my project. One guy freaking copy and pasted my fucking last cover on there with changing the color. I'm like, are you out of your mind? And then he saw nothing wrong with it, and I had to fire him because I'm like, no, man. All the books are different. You can't, I'm not paying you thousands of dollars to copy and paste. You know, I actually had the guy draw the characters for the last book. Some of them. They drew the angel, and they drew the man of nothing character. Yeah. And the funny thing, the book that I was supposed to do, which has been my screensaver on my phone for like a goddamn decade probably, I pushed that off to do that book because it was supposed to be a book in the Tomorrow Song series, and I pushed that off to do Sorrow Separation 10, Twists of Hate. But you would have to pay the actors if you're going to use their likeness to be on the cover, like, long term. So that would have been an expense too, but I still am going to use that photo on that book whenever I do it. Which, again, it's slower now because it's like I'm very hesitant. And now, of course, I'm not working. It's not going to happen now. But it's going to happen next year. When I go, hopefully it'll happen, well, no, not really. It's not going to happen this year because I'm going to try to, even if I go back to work this year, I'm going to try to do the gaming thing. I don't want to do the book thing while I'm trying to get to number 1. Mr. Dealer has got, God damn it, how many platinums? Shit, he's really fucking ahead. I forgot how many I needed to get to him. If every star is 8 platinums. No, I know. But it's a money game too, it's, alright, it's nice I got 46, but they see it, so he'll get 66, it's like, no, I gotta catch him eventually. Eventually he's not gonna be able to maintain that's the thing, is like, I got more than 46 platinums now because now I'm up to 9,012. So I'm up 48th in the world now, but Mr. Dealer is just, he's really ahead, man. So before I can even entertain Raining Elbows, I got to catch up to Mr. Dealer. Let's see. And then I got to worry about Hot Nicks behind me trying to take my lead. So Mr. Dealer is at 2523 star count. So I'm at, all right, let me just do this. Hold on. Let's calculate. So I'm going to minus his star count to my star count, 2472. So then I take 51 times 8. So I need to get 408 platinums to tie him. But it's just not 408. It's, I got to get more than that because I got to try to beat him every day getting platinums, or most days, because if I get 30 platinums, he can get 50. If I get 60 platinums, he can get 70, and I can never catch up. So besides the 408, I got to, at some point in time, chop that shit down. Or I got to play when he's sleeping. Or never sleep. I will catch him, though. I'm so fucking. I was like even entertaining. I was like thinking. I'm like, well, you know, if it's hundreds of platinums, could I do it? Could I do it? Like, because I was like calculating that I know that's why it's difficult, but I beat him before. I know that. Yeah, it's Matrixlord212 versus 10 fucking people. Everybody taking turns. It's so fucking ridiculous. But once I get past that, raiding elbows and TJ Meat. And TJ Meat is way further than that, and so is raining elbows. That's a whole other fucking goddamn galaxy there. But I was really like calculating. I'm all right. The quickest I got 100 platinums was 6 days. But see, it's not just getting the platinums, right? It's buying the games, and I just used up the well. That's it now. Now I'm done to my YouTube check. But my YouTube check, I think I'm gonna pay a bill. So I don't think I'm gonna buy games. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a game here or there. But I have the backlog that's strong enough. It's just time consuming. I got 575 games in PS5, and I got probably 400 now in PS4. But they're not 5-minute platinums. They're long. It's too late for Resident Evil 7. It's tonight. Hayden wants to do Real Hoobieans at 12 o'clock. What time is it? So, I've deleted my Twitter. No, I didn't delete my Twitter account, but on my phone, just to make the videos, I ran out of memory, so I had to delete Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. But I got to put them back because I don't know what's going on. If anybody's trying to message me, I have no idea. But on my computer, I have them, though. I could just go on my computer and check it. I really... Joe, is the Resident Evil 7... I know we talked about this before, but how many speed runs are on there? Is there like a stupid trophy like we were talking about where you can only use a knife and shit or whatever? Everybody knows I hate speedruns. My God. I hate speedruns. Pissing me off. The thing that sucks is that Timberman game I was playing. I got the platinum for that, but that was a speed run. Yeah. And I got so stressed out when I did that trophy so many years ago. Because as you're trying to cut the wood, when you're getting close to the number, you have to go faster. And I know people competing all over the world with Timberman versus, like on world records. But I must have my head examined to try to do that again. I was doing Resident Evil freaking the first one until, because it's a remaster, it's a different part now, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I got turned off. I was going nice flow with it too. So I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired, sleep-wise, because I really didn't sleep that much. But I know Hayden wants to do Rehovians. I want to do it with him because his time with Australia is weird, so he don't get to do casts with me that much. So I want to kind of do a cast with him. But I don't want to get busy with the whole Doctor Who thing until the weekend because then that's going to totally distract me away from the gaming. I know it because I don't like what's going on in the Whovian community at all. And I definitely don't like bullies. And I definitely don't like to see on Twitter when people are like, this guy came on my channel tonight. You saw that? and he's like trying to be a dick. Like he's a fucking true fan. And I had to put him in his fucking place. I'm like, oh, well, I'm a true fan. I went to the filming of Angels Take Manhattan, motherfucker. Met Matt Smith, about to shake his hand. Don't fucking tell me. Fucking idiot. It's true fans. Little fucking keyboard warrior with your goddamn fucking couple followers on fucking Twitter and your fucking idiots. These people, like, some of these Whovians are so fucking stupid. Like, they do shows. And they're all, like, entitled bitches. Like, they all want to get the show canceled, but then they're so dumb that they have no idea that if the show was canceled or when the show goes off the air, no one's going to watch them. So what are you going to talk about? Fucking idiots. So dumb. They're so dumb. Like, these people are they're parading about it on live stream in the comment section like they did something proud. Oh, I made a complaint to the BBC, man. I'm happy about that. They're like, yeah, I watch it illegally, he was saying. The guy's like, he didn't pay for it, he wasn't counted as a view, but he's going to get it canceled. And I'm like, trying to. And I'm like, I love Doctor Who, and I watch it. Like, why the fuck? Just don't watch it then. Why are you trying to cancel my favorite show? Like, why? And that's what it is. It's the entitlement. They feel that the world owes them a living with Doctor Who, that they feel entitled to be powerful enough to get it canceled, when they should just shut their fucking mouth and just not watch it and stop being a bunch of bitches. But no, they got to take it too far. Just like on Twitter, they bully people off the platform. They scare people away. People want to talk about Doctor Who and how much they love it, and they scare them, and then they drop their accounts. They leave Twitter, they leave whatever, because these people are a bunch of bully bastards. And that's what happens. I get caught up with that. I get caught up in that. I really like the Sensphere up until he shit on his panelist, and then I was done. And I let him I told him piece of my mind that people would troll me, and then I was vocal, and then I was doing videos, but he's being a real dick in the fucking Twitter. I mean, blocking me and stupid shit and making like, oh, I can't appear on his fucking podcast. Dude, I have my own fucking podcast, dude. Thousands of fucking... I'm not one of those to do that, but this motherfucker is like talking to me like he's a teacher and he's superior to me. And I'm like, I'm a dad. That makes me superior, motherfucker. Guy was talking about how you let 5-year-olds watch fucking... Fuck out of here. People are crazy. But anyway, what do you guys think? I wonder... I didn't know that there was other categories until TJ Mead said it in a video. I'm number 2 in America on PlayStation 5 trophies. Didn't know that. But TJ Mead's behind me, though. Trying to catch up. Raining Elbows has the most PS5 in America games, platinums. I was kind of looking at that. I'm like, oh, what if I just played PS5 and just, one after the other, just like, it's hard enough to get 100 done in 2 weeks or less, but to get 300 done in the same amount of time, that's you're talking about going into the hospital after that one. Nah, I don't know. But it's been fun. And I am going to take a break and use the facilities, the loo. So good talking to my son Joe and Kay and everybody. Thank you guys. This Platinum 9012 already. Take care. Bye for now.